All right, so for the rooster tail, this little guy, little bushy, needs to just get pressed in here. And the best thing to do is to find a socket that fits the right size and just give her a light tap and she should go right in. And there we go. So my rooster tail, I already cleaned up the end of this. I kind of had to do that a little bit to get it out so you wouldn't damage the case. But I cleaned up the end of this. You don't want to sand much off, but I got the rust and stuff off of there. I already checked the fitment outside the case and it fits beautiful. Actually goes in from the other. Just comes apart. I found my headlamp here, so hopefully in some of the dark areas this will help. So anyway, this goes in here. I know once it gets in there, yeah, that freewheels once it's in there. So there we go. Rooster tail goes in there. I'll change the angle here so you can see what's going on. There we go. So anyway, rooster tail goes in there. I don't know exactly which way it goes. I gotta look. Gotta look that up. Then I gotta get this in here, get that nail in there, and then that's in place. And then she's ready to go. Okay, so I did a little work off camera here. I got the front pump installed. I put the ring on there, put a little bit of assembly lube on it. I got my pin in here with my manual shaft with the rooster comb. This pin goes that way. That's what runs the manual valve in and out. Linkage pretty self-explanatory up here. Runs in there. The case holds it in place. There's no lock or anything for that. Comes down here. Show you what I'm doing here. Can zoom out a little bit on this. Here we go. So anyway, here's your parking pawl. So this spring, there's a square end on the spring. Goes under that. Goes under there and hooks on this little boss on the case. That's what keeps it from engaging when you don't want it to. Then these little guys go in. I'm going to put a little bit of Loctite on these two. That just kind of guides that whole works. And then we'll tighten that down. There we go. Alright, so I put the new seal on the housing. Put the new seal on here. Soak this in some transmission oil. Give that drive gear a little bit of assembly lube here. There's two little tabs on here. And these little feet go on there. So you want that whole thing to line up with the hole over here. That keeps this housing from turning and holds it in place. Okay. So we need to push this into place. There we go. And then we'll just lock it down with this bolt. As you saw, I gave that seal a little bit of a lube also. There we go. There's your speedometer gear housing. That's the driven gear, and then the drive gear is inside of here, right down in here. I think I'm pointing to it, yeah. So she's all good to go. This can be replaced with the transmission in the car. The drive gear, you have to take the tailstock and everything off, so that's a bit more involved because you have to be able to slide it off the end of the shaft. All right, next project. All right, so one of the other things I wanted to do was get this tailstock installed. I already pressed the new bushing in here, put the new seal on the end. My output shaft does not have an O-ring on it, so this will just go up on here, and we should be good to go. So I'm going to put something under the transmission here so it's up off of the table a little bit, but not in my way. There we go. Hopefully that'll give me enough room. And there we go. Apparently I never cleaned these bolts. I left them in there to keep I left these bolts in here to keep from painting into the threads, but then I never cleaned them. These tighten down. They don't need much. Oh, I missed this one completely. That drill was just to speed things up. Has no guts to it whatsoever. I know it's just an aluminum housing, aluminum on aluminum. Being real careful here. It might look like I'm doing harder than I am. Just being careful. Getting them snug. All right. Okay, we're good. I think we'll call that the end of part 3. We just did the manual shift lever, the speedometer, and the tail housing. That should be enough for this time around. Try to keep the video short and concise. Appreciate everybody that's been watching. Please like and subscribe. Share with your friends if you know that they're working on something like this. And hopefully we'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.